Hi guys, this is my Donner octave guitar pedal that I got from Amazon, and what it does, it raises and lowers, the octaves of your guitar. If you want to play in a different key or something like that. Now this is not a harmonizer pedal. There's only two selections on here that actually harmonize the guitar, make it sound, like a 12 string or something like that. So you got a wet and you got a dry. Alright, your wet is your pedal effect and dry is your guitar effect. Excuse me. And then you've got a high switch, a detune switch, which is almost like a chorus, and you got a low switch. Alright, so let me get my guitar hooked up and I'll give you a demonstration. Alright, be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm sorry if my camera work isn't the greatest. I'm 73 and this is just a fun hobby for me, and I don't really have professional equipment, so I do the best with what I can. And my camera's on my forehead and I can't always tell where it's aimed at. Alright, so now this is the pedal. Pedal's off. This is the normal guitar sound. Okay, now I'm going to start with the wet and the dry all the way up. Alright, and I'm using the lower settings, alright, to lower the octave. And this is what it sounds like. That sounds terrible. Okay, let me turn the dry down almost all the way. It still sounds terrible. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the dry off, alright? So now this is my guitar with the pedal off. I'm using the zero setting here. I guess I call it the zero. Alright, this is my guitar. I'm just going to pick it and you'll hear the sound change once I put it on. Okay. Now that's the low setting. Let's try the high setting. We'll go to the next one. We'll stay on the high setting. Alright, now we'll go to the low setting. Now we'll go to the next setting. Now we'll go high. You can hear a little bit of the dry, and even though it's all the way down, it does sound like I'm hitting more than one string. Alright, now we go up one more. Whoops, screw that. we go low on that setting. And even when you get up here in your higher strings, now I am picking up a little bit of my strings that, the amp isn't picking up because I'm very close to my guitar, alright? So now let's try go next setting, and we're on low. And it does make the guitar sound a little out of tune on certain settings. See, and if I turn, the dry up, it doesn't sound good. Now we go to the next setting, which is like 3/4, and I'll try it with the dry. And I'll try high. Almost sounds like a harmonica. Now, with this setting, I can turn the dry all the way up. Almost sounds like an organ there. Let me try that on low. I don't know if I did it or not. Now the chords on the low setting don't sound all that good. On the high setting, they sound pretty good. Now let's go to the lowest setting. Now I'm on high, okay? Now if I turn the dry off on this setting, it almost sounds like a harmonica. And when you get really high, it's weird. Now if I do that on the low, it's almost too low because it's like the sound cuts out. But now, if I turn the dry up all the way, okay, so that's it for the high and lows. Now let's try the detune setting. And this is a cool setting because it's like a chorus. It's better than the chorus that came with my amplifier. Alright, this is on... Try it, go lower one setting. Doesn't sound that much different. But if I turn down the dry, it'll sound different. So I just leave them both all the way up. And go to the next setting. Go to the next setting. Alright, go to the next setting. Go to the next setting. And go to the last setting. Now that's, the detune on this is, like I said, it's like a chorus, but it's really great if you like to play arpeggios, Okay, that's about it. And like I said, I'm really sorry about my camera work. I hope you can see everything I wanted you to see. And I know my playing isn't the greatest anymore. And if you like the video, I'd appreciate a like. I could sure use it. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you later. Bye bye.
Alright, this is an unboxing video for the Donner Circle Looper. This is your packaging. Ooh, special box. Sounds mysterious. It's packaged pretty well here. Got some other stuff in there. Get to that in a moment. There we go. Got Circle Looper. 2-foot switches. You got your looper functions here, and multi-functions here. This is memory, level, fade out, and select volume and beats per minute. Merger control. Alright, so we've got a stereo input, foot switch input, USB input here, and a 300 milliamp power supply, which is a good amount of power, so be mindful of that, as this is two pedals in one basically, so needs more power than maybe, you know, you want to go on a 9-volt battery. So recommend an isolated power supply unit for something like this. Donner does sell those, but you can get those from lots of different sources. Guess not much else to see there. Let's see what else we got in the box. So we've got our manual. Quite a bit of reading here. Got some sort of pick sticker. Donner sticker. And we got a Vine program card. And that's it for the box contents. Okay, well, let's not waste any time. Let's see what we got. I'm using an isolated power supply for this. Now, you're not going to be able to see what's on the screen. They're using one of those LCD type screens on here, which actually has lots of information, but doesn't really show up on camera. So, instead, here's kind of what you can expect. Kind of images, this kind of stuff that shows up there. Typos like that do not show up on the unit itself, but it's always fun to see that stuff in documents. Let's hear how it sounds. It's on pop. Alright. Follow along here. You see we've got a whole table of pop, a whole table of rock. Let's see what these buttons do here. You got a volume option here. You can change the volume. It shows on the screen. You can hear it obviously getting louder and quieter. You can also control the beats per minute. This mode here. Got it down to 40 now, beats per minute. Pretty slow. And I can dime that way up to, oh geez, 240. That's quite a range. So yeah, both these buttons are selectable. You can see it switches modes there. You've got 40 memory slots that you can hold songs on. According to the manual here, it says that you can do 4 minutes of recording. this might be good to know. Anybody who's looking for detailed specs. Sampling rates and whatnot. Let's try a different metal. See how many are in here as well. Got metal, funk, hip hop, Latin, disco, blues, jazz, fusion, and then a whole bunch of metronomes as well. Ooh. I don't know if that's coming through the camera, but that's got lots of bass. It's up the beats per minute on that one. And the volume. Nice. Alright. So you can see there's just tons in the rhythm section here to look at, listen to, and yeah, I mean, the looper's pretty straightforward. It's going to record your stuff, but it has this merger control here. You can turn on. That's where your foot switch comes in. And yeah, so you can control it all as one unit. You can record your guitar over the drum beat and record your multiple different parts of the guitar or bass. So yeah, I might do a future YouTube video for the actual playing of all the aspects here, but yeah, well, that pretty much does it for me on first looks. Time to go get busy playing. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Let's crank a feedback, not a little bit more. Pedal becomes uncontrollable, kind of. So if you can see it, I'll zoom it out for you. I'll zoom it in rather for you. Hopefully it focuses. You see the feedback set somewhere here. Guitar starts to go crazy. Hopefully you can hear all the noise that the pedal can generate. I hope you find it useful and you have a great day.
Good evening. Quick video review of the Donna Tutti Love chorus pedal. Comes nicely packaged. It's a well-made little unit with an aluminium body. Seems to be pretty well bulletproof as far as I can see. Good switch gear, pretty quiet in operation, proper bypass option. I've been trying it out with my acoustic guitar, and I'll give you a little demo in a moment as best I can. But just to give you a quick tour, you've basically got three controls. You've got on the left-hand side, although you can't read it very well in this light, it says level, and that controls the level of chorus. The one on the right is the depth, and the big one in the middle is the speed, or the rate. And by playing with those, you can get some quite interesting effects. I've got all mine set to the middle, which just gives me a bit of a subtle chorus effect, but you can obviously, I'll try and demonstrate changing them a bit as I go. So what I'm going to do now is try and reposition my phone so that I can record and play a few notes at the same time. If you bear with me a moment, we might get there. So that's in sort of setting I like, but just to give you an idea, if you turn things up, then we start to get, sorry, a bit of feedback there. Probably as much as I can do with the sort of setup I've got, but hopefully it's given you an idea of what this is able to do, and I think it's, you know, it's a pretty nice add-on to my pedal board. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm doing a little demo of this Donner pedal, the Circle Looper. Really cool pedal. It's a looper and a drum machine in one. But the feature I want to dwell on today is what it does when you put it in merge. I know a lot of people that seem to have difficulty using their foot to start and stop a looper. And the interesting thing about this is if you're using the drum machine and you loop along with it, it corrects things for you. It gives you a count in, so you don't have to worry about starting it at exactly the right spot. And when you're ready to stop and you reach down and turn it, you know, to playback, I guess it is, there's a little lag in there. And a lot of people have that when they use their foot as well. But with this, it corrects it. What it does, it goes to the last full measure. That means anything you screwed up isn't there. So I'm going to deliberately kind of play sloppy and screw it up just to show you how it works. First of all, this is the drum machine side, and here's what the drums sound like. I picked just a standard blues beat. They actually sound pretty good if you, crank it up. I got it down low for the sake of the demo. Now I'm going to start the drums, and then I'm going to go over to the looper side, and then I'm going to start the looper, and you'll hear a count in. Then I'm going to start playing, and then you'll see what happens after that. So first the drums. So hopefully you noticed that the screw up I did at the end of the loop wasn't there. It fixed it. So I think that's just amazing. Now I'm just going to add an overdub, and it does the same thing. Like, you can't really mess up the overdub. So it ends up taking what was a sloppy mistake loop and fixing it. I just think that's wonderful. As far as the looper itself goes, it works just like any looper, and it works great. And the drum machine itself has a lot of different drum sounds in it, and as I mentioned before, if you crank them up, they actually sound really good and hold their tone really well. So I hope you find that helpful. Have a great day.
Okay, so here's a quick little demo I'm doing for this Circle Looper by Donner. It's basically a looper pedal with a bunch of beats built into them. They got rock and roll, blues, disco, funk, all kinds of stuff in this pedal. For this demo, I'm using a blues beat. The first one in the section is in 6/8. You can adjust your volume over here. I'm gonna go to 4, and I'm getting slow at 100 beats per minute. Over here, you got your memory slots, where you can record all your loops and stuff. I have like a blues bassline thing going already recorded here that I'm gonna do for the demo. And yeah, got the Les Paul. And alrighty, let's get bluesy. see the loop keeps going unless you know, stop it. But this thing is freaking cool, bro. We got the beat still going. We can do another loop over here if we want. Record as many loops as we want, up to 40, and then loop on top of that and on top of that. So yeah, Circle Looper, Donner, thank you so much.
Okay, I ended up ordering one of these new triple loopers from Donner. It's actually a really small packaging compared to some of my other stuff that I have here, but it's I liked it because it's got 3 different things you can do at once, and then it's got a separate volume that you can also adjust too. So it's unlimited dubs if you want to do that thing, but it's easy. Selector switch 1, 2, and 3, so you can have 3 different backing tracks for you. You just hit go. You can adjust the volume and then play along with it if you want to overdub it, or just play along. There's 3 different things. So there's that, and you just hit the toggle down, play another one. So to stop it, just double tap it. If you want to erase it, you push, you hold, it clears that one. So it's empty. So you want to record, there you go, you can record. Stop again. You can adjust your volume. And you don't hear the click either when I stopped it. So come back down. You can play it, you can overdub it, you can clear it, you can stop it again. So it's actually very clear. I didn't have any signal distortion going through the true bypass, and I really do like how it has this extra level thing, so I can adjust the level if I recorded it a little too loud or not loud enough. So it's very clear. I don't have any complaints about it at all, and I like the size because I kind of started running out of room on my pedal board for everything else on here. So it definitely fit the bill. So pick one up. It's a great price for what you get.
présentation du looper One Looper Donner, fabriqué en Chine. On nous demande de le brancher, il n'y a pas de place pour une pile, il faut le brancher avec un adaptateur 9 volts avec une polarité positive à l'extérieur et au centre négative. Tout est branché en ce qui nous concerne, l'ampli est branché et notre adaptateur. Il est bien en 300 mA comme prévu, avec une polarité positive en extérieur, et c'est bien un 9 volts. Voilà. Le transformateur fonctionne puisque c'est celui de ma guitare silencieuse Yamaha. En revanche, ici, si j'appuie, je devrais avoir une lumière rouge. Évidemment, ça ne marche pas. Et je vous passe le détail, puisque ça n'a pas marché avec ma guitare non plus. Donc voilà, retour chez Amazon. Clairement, c'est pas de la qualité. C'est nul, ça sert à rien.